Hello, everybody. This is Story Time with Mrs. Langlois. The story I chose today, I chose because actually I was feeling this way a little bit today. And what it was, believe it or not, I was feeling grumpy. The weather's all cloudy and rainy, and I've been inside, and my dogs are a mess, and my Mr. Langlois, well, he can make me grumpy sometimes too because he leaves messes. And I miss my children and just felt really, really grumpy. Has that ever happened to you? It happens to everyone. And what we have to do is to figure out ways to keep from being grumpy. So one way is for me to read to you today because that made me feel so much better. Before that, though, one way that I did was I put on, and I'm going to ask Suzanne to show you my feet, I put on my ruby red slippers. Can you see them? They're my ruby red sparkly slippers, and they make me feel really good. These were a gift from my niece, and they're soft, and they're lovely, and when I put them on, I just feel so much better. So I put on my slippers. I had a little bite to eat because maybe that also can make people a little less grumpy. And I decided it was time to film a story for you. I want you to think about ways that you can keep yourself from being grumpy. Maybe you can read a book, relax, sometimes just to kind of go into another corner of the room or in another room. Sometimes even take a bath, a bubble bath or a shower makes you feel better. And adults get grumpy too. And sometimes you have to think about why they're grumpy. Maybe you left your room a mess after mom or dad had asked you a million times to clean it up. Or maybe you didn't clean up after yourself when you were eating breakfast or lunch this morning. That can make other people grumpy. But enough of the grumpies. Now we're going to get all happy. So let me put on my eyes. Oh, there you are. Hello. All right. So our story today, I'm going to give you a little bit of information. So our story is about a ladybug. Now the story that I'm going to be reading is fictional, but I want to give you some facts about ladybugs. We call them ladybugs, but they are a type of beetle. And some ladybugs have no spots, but others have up to 20 spots on them. To help defend themselves, ladybugs play dead. They also can release a yellow fluid that other bugs find stinky. The color of the ladybug sends off a message to its predators that it may taste bad or be poisonous. Ladybugs are both female and male. A ladybug can live up to a year long. And finally, ladybugs have two sets of wings. The outer set is for the hard shell for protection, and the inner set is what it uses to fly. Now, something else about the ladybugs that I wanted you to know is that they eat aphids. And you're going to hear that word in the story today, an aphid. Aphids are small bugs which feed on plants, and we find them everywhere. Aphids cause more plant damage than any other insect. There are about 4,000 different species of aphids, and guess what the ladybug's favorite meal is? Did you say aphid? You're right. They love to eat aphids, and that helps our plants grow. Thank you, ladybugs. All right, so here we go. This story is called The Grouchy Ladybug, and it's by Eric Carle. And this book is very, very old. I used to read this to my daughter Kasha, and she loved it. Last week I read a story that I used to read for David, so I decided to read one for her. Hello, Kash. Love you and miss you. Anyhow, it's by Eric Carle. The artwork is beautiful, and I think you're going to love it. So, are you ready? Here we go. The Grouchy Ladybug by Eric Carle. And see, we can see the two sets of wings. See the one right here for protection, and the one right here to fly with. Maybe next time you see a ladybug, you can gently look at the wings, but don't touch them. It was night, and some fireflies danced around the moon. At 5 o'clock in the morning, the sun came up. A friendly ladybug flew in from the left. It saw a leaf with many aphids on it and decided to have them for breakfast. But just then, a grouchy ladybug flew in from the right. It too saw the aphids and wanted them for breakfast. So you can see the two ladybugs flying in, and we can see the sun down here on the horizon. It's just coming up. And you'll be able to tell how time goes by in the story by watching where the sun is. Good morning, said the friendly ladybug. Go away, shouted the grouchy ladybug. I want those aphids. We can share them, suggested the friendly ladybug. No, they're mine, all mine, screamed the grouchy ladybug. Or do you want to fight me for them? Oh my. If you insist, answered the friendly ladybug sweetly. It looked the other ladybug straight in the eye. The grouchy ladybug stepped back. It looked less sure of itself. Oh, you're not big enough for me to fight, it said. Then why don't you pick on somebody bigger? I'll do that, screamed the grouchy ladybug. I'll show you. It puffed itself up and flew off. At 6 o'clock, it met a yellow jacket. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug. Want to fight? If you insist, said the yellow jacket, showing its stinger. You're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. So 6 o'clock in the morning. And if we look, the sun is just a little higher than it was. And if you look up here, you can see that when the big hand is on the 12 and the small hand is on the 6, it is 6 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, it saw a stag beetle. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug. Want to fight? If you insist, said the stag beetle, opening its jaws. "Ah, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. And we can see that the sun is a little higher. And now the big hand is on the 12, and the small hand is on the 7. That makes it 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, it came across a praying mantis. "Hey, you!" said the grouchy ladybug. "Want to fight?" "If you insist," said the praying mantis, reaching out with its long front legs. "Ah, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug, and it flew off. And again we can see the sun is moving up, and the big hand is on the 12, and the small hand is on the 8 for 8 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, it almost flew into a sparrow. "Hey, you!" said the grouchy ladybug. "You want to fight?" "If you insist," said the sparrow, opening its sharp beak. "Ah, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug, and it flew off. And again we see the sparrow opening its beak, and the big hand is on the 12, you're right, and the small hand is on the 9 for 9 o'clock. Good job. At 10 o'clock, it saw a lobster. "Hey, you!" said the grouchy ladybug. "You want to fight?" "If you insist," said the lobster, stretching its claw. "Ah, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug. And because it's 10 o'clock, the big hand is on the 12, and the little hand is on the, you're right, the 10. Good job. Wonder who's coming next. It's almost noontime. At 11 o'clock, it bumped into a skunk. "Hey, you!" said the grouchy ladybug. "You want to fight?" "If you insist," said the skunk, starting to lift its tail. "Ah, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug, and it flew off. And see, the sun is almost right up here. It is 11 o'clock, and that sun is almost right up, and then after 12, it's going to start working its way down. Wonder who's coming up. Have you noticed that the animals and the insects that this ladybug wants to fight keep getting bigger and bigger in size? Every one. I wonder what's coming next. Oh boy. At 12 noon, it spotted a boa constrictor. "Hey, you!" said the grouchy ladybug. "You want to fight?" "If you insist," said the snake. "Right after lunch." "Ah, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug, and it flew off. So now it is noontime. Now the sun is going to start working down towards setting. The big hand is on the 12, and the small hand is on the 12 for 12 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, it happened upon a hyena. "Hey, you!" said the grouchy ladybug. "You want to fight?" "If you insist," said the hyena, laughing eerily and showing its teeth. "Ah, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. Now it is 1 p.m. Big hand is on the 12, small hand is on the 1. And the sun is working its way down. At 2 o'clock, it met a gorilla. "Hey, you!" said the grouchy ladybug. "Wanna fight?" "If you insist," said the gorilla, beating its chest. "Ah, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. So now it is 2 o'clock. Where's that big hand? You're right. It's on the 12. And what about the small hand? Right again, on the 2. Great job. At 3 o'clock, it ran into a rhinoceros. "Hey, you!" said the grouchy ladybug. "Wanna fight?" "If you insist," said the rhinoceros, lowering its horn. "Ah, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. My goodness, she's grumpy. And it is 3 o'clock. So the big hand is on the 12, small hand is on the 3. I knew this was coming. At 4 o'clock, it encountered an elephant. "Hey, you!" said the grouchy ladybug. "Wanna fight?" "If you insist," said the elephant, raising its trunk and showing its big tusks. "Ah, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. I don't know how much bigger we can get here. This ladybug, she is definitely a big grump. At 5 o'clock, it met a whale. "Hey, you!" said the grouchy ladybug. "Wanna fight?" But the whale didn't answer at all. "You're not big enough anyway," the grouchy ladybug said, and flew off. Well, that whale was smart. Knew to ignore her. Sometimes that's what we need to do. We just ignore that grumpy behavior. At 5:15, the grouchy ladybug said to one of the whale's flippers. That's a big whale. "Hey, you! Wanna fight?" But it got no answer, so it flew on. 5:15, the big hand would be on the 3, and the small hand a little bit after the 5. That's 15 minutes after 5. It's going to take a long time for that ladybug to fly across the whole whale. At 5:30, the grouchy ladybug said to the whale's fin, "Hey, you! Wanna fight?" But no answer, so it flew on. 5:30, the small hand would be on the 5, and the large hand would be on the 6. At 5:45, the grouchy ladybug said to the whale's tail, "Hey you, wanna fight?" And the whale's tail gave the grouchy ladybug such a slap. 6:15. The small hand is on the 5, and the big hand, small hand is almost on the 6, and the big hand is on the 9. Boy, that ladybug must have gone flying. It flew across the sea and across the land. And look we can see the sun is starting to get ready to set. Wonder where it ended up. At 6 o'clock, the grouchy ladybug arrived right back where it had started. "Ah, here you are again," said the friendly ladybug. "You must be hungry. There are still some aphids left. You can have them for dinner." "Oh, thank you," said the wet, tired, and hungry ladybug. "You're welcome," said the friendly ladybug. I think the grouchy ladybug learned a lesson. Soon all the aphids were gone. "Thank you," said the leaf. "You are welcome," answered both the ladybugs, and they went to sleep. The fireflies, who had been sleeping all day, came out to dance around the moon. So the ladybug learned to be nice, learned not to be grouchy, grumpy. Okay, sometimes it takes a little bit of work, and sometimes it takes a lot of control in ourselves, but you can all do it. Maybe you can watch or listen to a story. Maybe you can help someone do something. Maybe you can look through some of your old toys, old books, reread them, replay with them. I want to also remind all of you that you can go to our at-home learning website, and it's HPS, let me get this right, hpsathome.com, and you can log in and you will see all of the different lessons and activities that your teachers have been leaving for you. Again, stay safe. I miss you terribly. See you soon.